Mr. President, I want to thank you for taking the step that we need right now to make criminals understand that they are not going to get away with it anymore. And I'm not going to stand here and go over and over the cases. But what I can tell you is this. I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else.
All right, Trump's talking about federalizing. That's right, the federalization of D.C. because it's just out of control. It's being run by 14, 15, 16-year-olds that are doing nothing but violent gangs, bloodthirsty criminals, robbing youth, homeless people. Trump said he's getting rid of the homeless. Play a little bit of this clip.
Purpose, very serious purpose. Something's out of control, but we're going to put it in control very quickly, like we did on the southern border. I'm announcing a historic action to rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is?
It's going to kick them back to the
placing the
United
D.C.
States.
Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening, and they've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You know, you're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened.
All right, let's stop it right there.
So you can be
all right, so basically
anything you want.
Trump is coming out and he's saying we're going to federalize this. Now the big discussion out there is can he do it? Constitutionally, can he do it? Yes. The answer is yes, he can.
It's Washington, D.C. is not a state.
It's not a state.
It's under the federal government's rule.
Yeah,
right?
It is a federal district. It's governed by Congress. And Congress has the authority to grant, it has Article 1, Section 8, actually. They can enforce what happens there. And the president has the authority to federalize the National Guard under certain conditions if he has to restore law and order. And, Brian Krasenstein's like, you can't do that. We don't need the National Guard. I think we do. I think in a situation like that, I don't like federalization of anything, but D.C. is federal.
It is federal. It's already federal. You're not federalizing it. It's already
and people
done.
keep saying, if this was a Republican area or a Republican stronghold, would we be mad if Biden or Obama were doing this? Well, first of all, it would never be a violent criminal shithole if it was under Republican governance. It wouldn't be that. But this is what happens when you have an area, a district, that is being run by bureaucrats like D.C. They're always going to be infiltrated by liberal progressive rereads who are going to run things. And that's
what's his answer?
Happen.
What's his answer to the homeless problem?
Well, he said over the weekend, we were going to move them out. We're going to get them off the streets. We're going to find a place for them to live, but it's not going to be in the streets there in D.C. I mean, Trump's pretty serious about making D.C. look like something special again.
Yeah. As it should be.
People were losing their minds over the Rose Garden thing because we plowed up the Rose Garden, Jackie Kennedy. No, the roses went around the green area, and when you had a press conference in the green area on the lawn, it turned into a muddy mess. So he put down pavement there. They were like, he's making the White House look like Mar-a-Lago. Well, I was just at Trump Westchester. It's pretty damn nice. Yeah. Pretty damn nice. But you can still have the roses around the pavement. You can still have the roses around there. You're not walking in a mud hole. And the $200 million ballroom he's wanting to build. Trump's pretty serious about cleaning up the Capitol and not making it a cesspool.
And think about it is he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for the people. He's only going to be there for 3 more years. And he's doing that for the people. He's not just doing it for himself.
Well, again, Brian Krasenstein talking about he shouldn't do the National Guard. Take your skinny little ass down there. You go downtown at midnight, and you let us know if you'd like a little National Guard help whenever they're carjacking you, buddy. I mean, these people, they talk from their basements, their little bubbles. Judge Jeanine, Pirro, totally goes off.
She can go off.
She can go off. Play this clip.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you, Madam Attorney General, and to all my partners here. We all want the same thing. We all want a safe city. We want a safe capital. We want to be able to bring our families here. We want to be able to come and enjoy the history that makes this place great. And unfortunately, we are not in that position right now. And Mr. President, I want to thank you for taking the step that we need right now to make criminals understand that they are not going to get away with it anymore. And I'm not going to stand here and go over and over the cases. But what I can tell you is this. I see too much violent crime being committed by young punks who think that they can get together in gangs and crews and beat the hell out of you or anyone else. They don't care where they are. They can be in DuPont Circle, but they know that we can't touch them. Why? Because the laws are weak. I can't touch you if you're 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and you have a gun. I convict someone of shooting another person with an illegal gun on a public bus in the chest. Intent to kill? I convict him. And you know what the judge gives him? Probation. Says you should go to college. We need to go after the D.C. Council and their absurd laws. We need to get rid of this concept of, no cash bail. We need to recognize that the people who matter are the law-abiding citizens. And it starts today. But it's not going to end today, because the president is going to do everything we need to do to make sure that these emboldened criminals understand we see you, we're watching you, and we're going to change the law to catch you. And my final note is this. These kids understand that the jurisdiction is through the State Attorney General, Brian Schwab. I did a poster of the young man from Doge who was beaten bloody with a severe concussion, a broken nose. And then I did a poster of what happens to those kids, because I can't arrest them, I can't prosecute them. They go to family court, and they get to do yoga and arts and crafts. Enough. It changes today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Amen. I mean, go after them. 13 and up, if you're out there doing anything violent, crime, violent in the least little bit, treat them as an adult.
No more arts and crafts. No arts and crafts. No yoga.
You do the crime, you do the time, right?
I'm telling you man.
Because at 13 and 14 years old, and you're already out there doing violent crime towards people, you ain't stopping.
DC's a freaking war zone, dude.
Yeah.
It is a war zone. And I'll have more to say about that later on. Maybe we'll put out a little special clip about it.
I love your special clips. Need more of them.
We'll do a little special clip about it later on. Yeah. Grandma's coming to fight you, Trump. I guarantee she climbed right out of her Subaru and made this clip. Play it.
You know what? Kamala was right. We all knew she was right. What this regime is doing in Washington just seems like all we can do right now is don't give up, but we have to wait it out. I don't know what else to say. I mean, is everybody going to just go to the streets and fight everybody? That's coming. And you should be scared of that.
Really?
You should be, because I think the majority of the country voted a different way.
I mean, 77 million people said, we don't want what Kamala Harris had to say. She wasn't right.
And
is it coming to the streets?
I know there's some people out there that don't like Trump at all, but at the same time, there's certain aspects of things they like about what he's doing. I've heard it from them directly.
Coming to the streets. It's coming to the streets. It's coming to the streets.